Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl V, and I'm really excited to be here today. So today we're gonna be in this video. We're gonna be talking about something it's a very sad situation overall. That involves a lot of young people and bad decisions, and how bad decisions can actually lead to very even worse outcomes. So sometimes you just need to think twice about whatever it is you want to do and try to ask yourself like is this really worth it. But anyway, we're gonna be reacting to a video by a creator. I think his name is what's his actual name. His name is Wayno, and the video is the Folio 5 avoid the death penalty. So I think I heard about this case a long time ago. I haven't really been able to follow it up completely because obviously it happened in another country in America, and sort of lost track of that. But I remember I heard of this Julio case a while back. It's not recent. And then I think when the proceedings or the court proceedings started again, with the trials, then the case sort of came back to life again. But anyway, we're gonna be reacting to, I think, the how everything unfolded, and where we are today. But just know that it's not an exciting thing to hear, basically, overall. But let's get into the video, guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all those nice things. But let's get into it.
Yo, if you young, I know by the time you get around 18, 20, 21, a lot of y'all talk that, man, I feel old. But you got to realize something. You got forever to go. When you start having that mindset about, man, like I done it all. No, you haven't. And you cannot allow your emotions to make you make a bad decision. You know what I'm saying? Today we're talking about the verdict in this Julio Foolio case. Now, it's been a long time since this happened. Let's backtrack. Let's see where it all started at.
Right now at 5, 3 people have been arrested in the murder of a local rapper, and police are still searching for 2 more suspects. Charles Jones, also known as Julio Foolio, was murdered in Tampa last month while celebrating his birthday.
News for Jax reporter Janice Harris is joining us live in the studio with these new details. So, Janice, how did these shooters know where Jones was located?
Well, according to Tampa Bay Police and the chief of police there, they followed his steps and probably followed him on social media as well as he was celebrating his birthday in that city. Tampa Police said 5 people in total plotted and planned to kill Charles Jones, following every step he made while celebrating his birthday and posting on social media. Tonight, 3 of those people are in the Duval County Jail, and police are still searching for 2 more.
Meet Devoto AI, the photo editing software that everyone's talking about.
As Trump
It's actually insane to think about. Do you know, I don't know, like maybe it's because I'm not American, but it's very insane to think about. She said 18, like 18 years old. I think they said, I'm pretty sure I've heard them say 18-year old. Like, as an 18-year-old, this is not common to me. Like, this is not something I even think about. When I was 18, I was still like, yes, I was a teenager, but I was still I have a very young mind. Like, I didn't think about murdering people. Like, my mind didn't even go to that place. I think, if anything, the most like extreme thoughts I had maybe as a teenager would be boys. That's it. Like, that was as far as my mind could allow me to go. And stepping into young adulthood, stepping into that's the age where you get into university here in my country. So there's a lot to experience. It's like there's so much more for you to go and learn and grow. To think about 18-year-olds plotting and planning to follow somebody, checking their social media to know where this person is, like, it's insane. Like, what are you doing with your time? You don't have other things to do. Like, why? And it just baffles me, because even the rapper himself looks pretty young. I'm not too sure about the rapper's age, but he looks young. He looks like a young guy. He looks like couldn't even be more older than, I don't know. He gives maybe a 22. I don't know. But even the rapper is not young. So it's just like, Why? Like, why were they plotting against him? What did he do to them? Like, that's insane.
Jones, known as Julio Foolio in the music industry, was celebrating his birthday. He was being followed by 5 people. Tampa Police Chief Lee Burklaw explained.
A little more than a month ago, a group of individuals with the goal of premeditated murder traveled from Jacksonville to Tampa to commit a heinous crime in our city.
This is surveillance video of multiple gunmen ambushing and shooting Jones.
They are shooting at Charles now, and you can see that he's the passenger in that car that's moving and trying to flee. And again, they're still shooting at him. He's the right front passenger in that vehicle.
Using 3 weapons, Jones died shortly after the shooting. Tampa homicide detectives and JSO worked together to find the shooters. Investigators say the 5 took extreme measures to cover up their crimes, but failed. 21-year-old Elisa Andrews, 21-year-old Isaiah Chance, 18-year-old Sean Gaithright, 30-year-old Rashad Murphy, and 27-year-old Davion Murphy are all accused of playing a role in Jones's death. And they're all facing 1 count of murder in the first degree and 1 count of conspiracy.
Surveillance video was critical in this investigation, as suspects were seen on video following Jones from location to location. This shows the links that these...
I'm sorry. I'm a bit I'm a bit irritated just a bit, guys. Bear with me. I'm looking at these people here. Like, I'm looking at the 5 people. Like, 5 people plotted against one person to just go and kill him. And they're not old people. Like, this, I think they said the lady was 21, the second guy was 21 as well. He was 18, the light-skinned one, Sean. He was 18. This one, I think they've said he's 30. This one, I think they've said is 27. I mean, they're older than them, but they're relatively young still. If you look at, like, in life, they're young. They're still barely out of their 20s. So it's just like, why? And the ones that are older didn't think, why were you even why were you dragging along these children with you to go do things? Like, I know they're adults, yes, but there was no voice of reason. Even when you people were going to the scene of the crime, you never thought to ask yourselves, like, what are we actually doing? Like, when you're driving there, you never thought, like, oh my gosh, what are we actually doing? It's like you just took your life, said, okay, you know, this life that I have, this one life that I'm never gonna get back, that if I die, it's done. I'm gonna take this life and just throw it. I'm going to take it and just throw it away. Like, it's so unfortunate. Like, all these people could have gone to, who knows what they could have gone on to be in life if they had made different choices. Plus the victim. And all the people involved, all their family, all these people's families, the victim's family, all of those people affected. For what? Just because of colored bandanas. Like, I struggle to understand it, and I don't think I ever will, but again,
And 1 count of conspiracy.
Surveillance video was critical in this investigation, as suspects were seen on video following Jones from location to location. This shows the links that these individuals were willing to go through and achieve that this murder would occur.
Yo, I know a lot of people who in the street, they would like to believe that the police don't know what Instagram is. Man, how many of y'all is out here right now f***ed up? I got something for y'all, and it's called Current. I'm actually jacking the app, and that's why I partnered up with them. Current is an online banking app. You can get up to a $750 page, whatever, Facebook, Spaces on Twitter, what's that other shit? Clubhouse, all these arguments, all these disagreements, all of this bragging about who put in more work in the streets. That is not being monitored. It is 2026. Ain't no way possible y'all can continue to be this dumb. This entire case should be a lesson for not only young people, because guess what? Young people is not the only ones that's out here crashing out. You got people my age, people older than me, people your age if you're younger than me, people older than me that might be close in proximity to my age that really don't care about living a life that is sustainable. Let's just talk about that for a second. We go through a lot of shit, mentally, emotionally, but everybody just wants to have a better day. And the more we see how things progress when there's tension between people online, you see how they, go out of their way and work hard. Like, they earned their sentence. They definitely earned their sentence, but they worked hard for it.
Chance should be sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole or death. We, the jury, find Isaiah Chance should be sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Dated this 15th day of May, 2026, in Hillsborough County, Florida. Miss C.S., foreperson of the jury. Defendant Sean Gathright, verdict form, penalty phase. We, the jury, have unanimously found the state proved one or more aggravating factors. Each of us has considered whether one or more of the mitigating circumstances exist. Each of us has weighed whether the proven aggravating factors are sufficient and whether the proven aggravating factors outweigh any proven mitigating circumstances. We have further considered whether Sean Gathright should be sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole or death. We, the jury, find Sean Gathright should be sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
Are you a low-skilled worker looking to immigrate to Canada? Look no further. This video will discuss the top 5 Canadian...
That's just insane. That is just insane. Look at this. Oh my God. Look at how young he is. This is really like real life irritating me, guys. Like, why did you make those types of decisions? Now look. Now look. Look at your life. Look at you. Like, they're literally... It's like he was so relieved to hear life without parole because it was either that or the death penalty. Do you know how in hell you have to be for life without parole to be like oh I can relax moment? Do you know how crazy that is? Like, you are never going to leave the confines of that institution. Do you understand that? Is it loading? Forget him relaxing right now. In a few years, he's gonna wish that death penalty happened because being in prison is not cute. It's not funny. It's not interesting. It's not, please, it's the worst thing that can happen to you. I think there's a video circulating online, and that's what triggered me to come and react to this. Of that, I think it was a prison cop or a prison warden or something talking about how, I think they were a witness or testifying, or I don't know, how they would be able to get, because these people are young, they would be able to get a lot of work out of them. They would be able to get free labor for the prison or whatever else. Because they are young and healthy, yes. And before they get old, before they become like old inmates, do you know, before you get, I don't know how long it's been since the crime happened. So he's probably in his 20s now. I don't know. Let's assume he's 22, for example. Before you even get to 40, let's say middle age, around 40 or 45. That is 23 years from now. Do you know, like, there's a child that is being born right now that will be 23 by the time this guy is in his middle age in prison. That will be a grown adult. That person would even be will be older than when this person committed the crime. And that's just middle. You still have your whole life to go. That's if you don't die early in prison. The mental torment of that in itself, and just knowing that you will never be able to be with your loved ones the same way. Like, they might visit you once or twice in prison, but eventually, like, we can't spend all our time coming to visit you. People's lives have to move on. And if it becomes less and less and less until it becomes like, oh, you see your family, you just, maybe talk on the phone, da da da. Like, it's over. Like, this is so insane. And to think about, I haven't seen the lady in the court, like the other lady that was also arrested. I don't know about her case, but this is just insanity. And I feel so bad for everyone involved. I feel bad mostly for the victim, because whatever you do, whatever he did, it doesn't warrant you people hunting him down like an animal. Second of all, to hunt that man down because of some use. I'm sure even if there was having something that happened, it's some useless reason that you're just like, that is what made you throw away your entire life. I heard that there was also gang affiliation when they were doing the whatever the reading. Like, okay, whatever it is, I don't understand that world. But please, like, having colored bandanas should not be a reason for you to go out of your way to hunt down a man and kill him like an animal. Like, it's insane. And it just pisses me off that they've thrown away their entire lives. They were completely selfish. They never thought about the people that cared or loved them. They never thought about the victim, that victim had loved ones and family members, and his life mattered. This is just
Dated this 15th day of May, 2026 in Hillsborough County, Florida. CS for person of the jury. Defendant Rashad Murphy, verdict form penalty phase. We, the jury, unanimously find the state proved beyond a reasonable doubt that Rashad Murphy committed the homicide in a cold, calculated, and premeditated manner without any pretense of moral or legal justification. Yes. We, the jury, have unanimously found the state proved one or more of the aggravating factors. Each of us has considered whether one or more mitigating circumstances exist. Each of us has weighed whether the proven aggravating factors are sufficient and whether the proven aggravating factors outweigh any proven mitigating circumstances. We have further considered whether Rashad Murphy should be sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole or death. We, the jury, find Rashad Murphy should be sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Dated this 15th day of May, 2026 in Hillsborough County, Florida. CS for person of the jury. Defendant Davion Murphy. We, the jury, find Davion Murphy should be sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Dated this 15th day of May, 2026.
Now, all these idiots earn these sentences, right? 2 years ago, you got a 30-year-old, a 26-year-old, an 18-year-old, and two 20, 21-year-olds, right? None of the elders in the situation had the mindset to say, well, we got these younger people with us. I mean, we got these younger people with us, and what we about to do, this path that we on, is going to ruin their lives. See, we don't value one another. And when I say we, I'm not going to say you and me, because there's a lot of us that's not idiots, that's not about to go out here and risk our lives to get revenge, and risk our freedom to get revenge, literally risk getting a death penalty just simply to get revenge, being heralded as some of the ones that did it the best for some dumb shit like that. So when I say we, I'm not saying us in that context, but I'm speaking generally. They did not think, or they did not value the younger people in the situation. You could look at Sean and see that motherfucker was a pup. You could look him in his eyes and tell that he wasn't with it. But also you could think of the other times and things that he had possibly done. And even if he had gotten away with it at that time, I guess they looked at it like, shit, man, we all in. But think about the people that you taking with you. Think about the young woman, Alicia Andrews, who, she's trying to get a different trial now that, her judge was taking off of her case. And maybe, she'll get some leniency. But she's still facing something serious. And facing something, even if you get off, that doesn't mean that you're going to have a wonderful and great life. There's going to be people who judge you and scrutinize you and look down upon you and treat you certain ways based on what you was affiliated with. Everybody can't be some big podcaster. And even if you do, how long is that going to last? How long is that sustainable? Do you just want to be the person that lives the life of telling the story how you was involved in Foolio's death and how you got away from it? You know what I mean? Like, is that good for your soul? And this is some shit because a lot of them sold their souls. And no, they didn't sell it to a contract, but they sold it to the devil. Let's call it what it is. If we going to, credit God with dictating the flow of how things have an outcome, we definitely got to give the devil some credit too, because that motherfucker be working.
Hello. Have you ever wanted a deeper study of God's Word? Maybe you're...
Now, all of these dudes, specifically Davion, had issues. Look at what he was doing on social media.
Yeah, tell us, come on, police at 10. Tell us, go ready, baby.
Davion Murphy.
Well, me, bum.
Davion Murphy. I will make you crash out for.
I've been in the shadows, man. Yeah, stop. I swear to God. That's on stand.
You deserve everything that you get. Like, you deserve every single thing that you get, even in that prison. You deserve it. Are you dumb? Like, this is the problem, because you have all these people. First of all, even if you had a slight, like, even if you had just the slightest sense of knowledge or education, you would know that if you're on the run from the police, hopping onto spaces on X and arguing with people is not, it might not be the best idea. Like, I mean, anybody with half a brain would know that. But obviously you don't have one. And that's why you went out to commit stupid crimes. And then feel you feel very audacious to go and run around bragging, or I don't know, arguing with people on X and trying to, like, it's like you can just know the type of person he is, even from just the way he's speaking. No sense of remorse, no sense of it's just like, even when you see them in the courtroom, it's more so like they're sorry that they got caught. They're not remorseful that they did that to that young man. Like, look at you now looking like a fool. Like, I dislike people like this. I'm trying so much not to say hate, but it's just like, uh oh, you need to go to that jail and do all that work. You need to.
Yes, boy. I'm a phone, boy. I'm outside right now. Turn on 13 minutes. I'm outside, standing outside right now. Bro, shut your police up, boy. You wanna? I'm gonna before you go to jail. Video, you will clearly see the evidence.
Now, even with this nigga talking all like this, he was on the run. He was literally on the run. But we seen Davion and Rashad's backstory. Their whole family burnt out. Majority of them, at least the ones we heard from, majority of them is burnt out. But then you get to Rashad. He was working regular jobs and all of that, but they couldn't let go of the revenge.
What does burnt out means? If you're American, let me know what that means. Burnt out, does that mean like majority of the family is dead? Or I would assume that, because you know what, let me not assume, I don't know. But it sounds like that, in the sense of, like, it sounds like he has nothing to lose. So I could see why his life turned out like that way, and that's unfortunate. But as a grown ass man, I think he was 27 at the time of the crime. He's close to 30 now that he's being sentenced. Like, it's like, at that age, at 27, you should know better. At some point, it stops becoming about your childhood trauma. You need to style up.
You got Sean, the biggest bozo of them all. The kid who had a great upbringing, had his family. His sister started to have kids. Excuse me. Now he has extended family. Extended family that he's helping raise. And not for 1 second did he factor in the lives of his nephews. You know what I'm saying? He didn't think about none of that shit. All he could think about is trying to be down. The young lady, she admitted it. Yo, I was scared of my boyfriend. He would hit me. He would do things to me. But she still went along for the ride. And of course, you know, once you in the car, they grouping you in the, even if you didn't pull the trigger, you just as guilty. And then the other dude, Isaiah, right? Like, they say that his IQ was like a 4. He didn't know anything about anything. He didn't have great communication skills. When his stepfather was in his life, who he works with at-risk youth, he wanted to be in Isaiah's life, but he was told to fall back. This is the hood, man. This is the hood, and
That's so unfortunate. Like, that's actually so sad, because if already you're struggling with things like that, it means that it's very easy for people to take advantage of you, and because you have a need for validation and to fit in, then people like the 30-year-old and 27-year-old people, they're able to drag you along, because I think Isaiah was 21 when he committed the crime. It's like, this whole thing is so connected, and it's like you said, it's the life in the hood, I guess. Like, there's so many things that are happening that lead to this moment, but again, you are responsible for your choices. You are, because there's so many other people that come from the hood and make it even 5 million times more than people who did not. It's about the choices that you make, and I don't care where you come from. You know that committing murder is wrong. I don't care if you come from under the gutters in the sewages. I don't care. You know committing murder is wrong. Whether you come from the poshest areas, the nicest neighborhoods, all the way to the people who come from very underprivileged neighborhoods. murder is wrong, period. That's just it. Unless you was defending yourself from something. If you're hunting down somebody like an animal, you're chasing them where they are through social media, you're pulling up I don't know how many people, all of, did you see the video, like all those gunshots, like all, like, yo, nah. We must always think about the victim, guys.
I say this shit, I've been saying this for years. The hood is a mindset. We get tricked into thinking that we're supposed to be a certain way because we from a certain place. We get tricked into thinking because we drink the game at a young age that that's what we got to be for the rest of our lives. We get tricked, and then we do the tricking. Because look at all the tricking that these niggas did. The older ones, they could have went on that mission solo dolo if they felt so strongly about their family member. What was everybody else's problem? Trying to be a part of something. And a lot of these young people is out here trying to be something. But even with all that being said, look at how these people conducted themselves, man. Disgusting POSs, man.
Doctors, nurses, and engineers who have ever dreamed of living in Australia now have an opportunity.
And also, like I mentioned, I don't know so much about the gang thing. I know gangs are a big thing in America, but it's like, at what point are you encouraged to utilize your brain? Even let's assume, even when you're still within the gang, at what point does your brain come into play? Because some of the things that I've seen, especially like even watching like true crime shows and things like that, it's like people make such reckless decisions, all in the name of, oh, I'm tied to this particular colored bandana. It's like, and then it's like the whole thing is meant to just dumb you down so that you can have this blind, useless loyalty to something that doesn't even make sense. It's insanity to me, and I just don't think there's anybody that can explain it to the point where I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. Oh, I get it now. I see why. No, no. Something is very, very wrong.
Clearly see the evidence. Mr. Davion Murphy taking full credit for his role in the shooting.
Now, even with Davion doing that, you got people that feel like there's nothing wrong with that because they couldn't use it. Like, where are we at as a fucking society? Where are we at as a people? Just humanity. We got white boys running around trying to antagonize, Chud the Bozo. We gonna do an episode on him. We got Chud the Bozo running around. He just got what he got what he was looking for. Antagonizing people, pulling guns on them and all that. We got our own people slaughtering our own people. And while people may look at this nigga Julio Foolio as like he wasn't no saint, he wasn't no person that deserved all this, it still was a life. Still was a life.
Yeah.
You gotta factor in these things. You gotta really, really, really factor in these things. Davion was so dumb he couldn't even see he was getting lined up by the police right in his face.
For the shooting? Isn't that pretty wild? Like Tesla's capturing
I've seen that shit on New Line Up.
that big goofy dude just like trying to shoot a gun. I mean, anything.
I've seen that shit.
What was your opinion of his shots?
Who?
The big goofy guy in the back that got captured on the Tesla.
You ever seen that dude that one time they never look at
He looked like he never held a gun in his life.
And he read his Timbs were like so big.
He looked like he was.
I almost killed Sean.
Yeah, he did.
Dude, I'm
He
watching.
looked like he was trying to ban Call of Duty or some shit.
Boys on his Fortnite level the other day.
Yeah, trying to get somebody.
Yeah, look at Timbs. I looked at him. Then, dude, honestly,
Well, the one thing I didn't understand about that guy is like everyone had like a set of balls and then ran up on Julio, but he like kind of hung out in the back.
oh shit. Stand up a little bit. Stand up. Whatever, sit right here.
This is a kind service presentation.
Clear this one.
Look at that.
That's about the eyes of the job by the
That's crazy. We measured it before we came in here.
But
I don't know, just think it's how you like how you kind of look just like him.
And that's the end of their story. That's the end of their story.
You see, like, if anything, if you're gonna go commit crimes, at least try to be intelligent. You're there smiling with these cops. These cops, they know it's you. Hello, they know it's you. They're trying to make, like, do you see how they're antagonizing him, and how they're literally making fun of him in his face, and he's just there smiling, like, because he's just a stupid. Like, I'm trying so hard, guys. There's so much I could say about this, but I'm trying so hard to not. And it's honestly, the more I'm seeing, I hadn't seen that video of him like throwing up like the gun signs and all that. Like, how are you, like, where is your sense of humanity? You just killed somebody. and you're here joking around like it's nothing. And this is why you deserve what you get. This is why I don't feel sorry for any of these people. I don't feel sorry for not one of them. And again, there are people who could be like, oh yeah, even the victim. I don't care what the victim did. I honestly don't care what the victim did. I don't care what the victim did. We are not talking about we are not here trying to assess the victim's crimes. We're here assessing your crimes because you decided to involve yourself in things that are complete nonsense.
There'll probably be a documentary about this one day. There'll be tons of content put out on this. You know what I mean? And there's tons of people that's going to tell their story from different perspectives. And there's going to be people who support them and say freedom. And you're going to have people who know better. All I'm saying is this. Everybody who came to that courthouse to testify on the behalf of all of these young men, they lost as well. The decisions that you make don't only affect you. Rashard's kids got to grow up without him for the rest of their life. He grew up without his dad in his household. Davion grew up without his dad in his household. And look how they turned out. While we arguing and debating about who should go 50-50 and what a man should do versus what a woman should do, a lot of us is tearing apart our own home structure. That trinity, man, woman, and child. We tearing that shit apart. For what? Content? For jokes? So niggas can say that they lit on the gram, or people can say, yo, I give it up. I talk like this when it's... For what? They lost their lives.
Yeah.
At the behest of what? The revenge, the getting antagonized in their cities. Man, y'all could, you know what y'all could have did? Davion, your own little brother, his own little brother was in the courtroom crying, and he's in jail. Crying, thinking about the pain and the suffering that he's going through with seeing his mom have, a heart attack and have an open heart surgery, and Davion teaching him the ways of trying to work a 9 to 5. So why they try to put all of that brain injury and Davion was a crash out, the nigga had some sense. And that's what I'm tired of seeing with a lot of our people. It's us making excuses for people who feel like, oh no, he just got trauma in his life. He just going through some things. He know better. He know right from wrong.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers be knowing right from wrong, and they still choose the bullshit.
Yeah.
So I ask and I urge for each of us, every single one of us that might know somebody younger or even older, that might not have it up here, to talk them off the ledge. And if they don't want to get off the ledge, let them dumbass motherfuckers jump. Let them jump. But we at least gotta take a try. We at least gotta each one teach one. We at least gotta adopt them types of mindsets that was instilled in us from the elders. We got people erasing and trying to destroy our history, and this has nothing to do with the shit that's going on with them. But you got our history being diminished and erased and trying to be taken out. We don't get told about who we were or what we went through anymore. Because our kids just don't care. It ain't that serious. Everybody can say, nigga, we get a new goalpost move every day as to why black people shouldn't care about themselves or care about one another. And a lot of us lean and jump into that shit. A lot of us handle this shit in the worst ways. But look at what it got done. Who knows what any of them could have been. Specifically, Sean dumbass. Imagine what he could have been. He had some determination. He had some know-how. He had family and he had love, but he sacrificed it. Yeah. For what? To be a street nigga? You gonna be looked at as the biggest bozo, and you know when he gonna have his moment of redemption? When your smallest kids right now, is 30, and he's 50-something, and he's telling his story, trying to save somebody else. Let's not wait till it's too late, y'all. This is how I do it myself. For the ones that rock with me, you know how we doing. For the ones that don't, eventually you will. I will catch you on the next one. Peace. What y'all on for?
I mean, he said everything that I could have said, possibly. He said everything. I think I've also said a lot throughout the video. But, yeah. I just feel like it's such an unfortunate situation all around for everyone involved. But people need to be held accountable and responsible for the decisions that they make. And unfortunately, when you make decisions that, this is the type of outcome that you get, then it like when you're doing some of these things, when you're being selfish, you're not thinking about your family members, you're not thinking about your children. Like some of them have heard they have kids. You're not thinking about the people that you're carrying with you, that, oh, we're all going together to do this crime. Oh, guess we're all going to ruin each other's lives. It's like people need to be trained to critically think about situations. those critical thinking skills, they really come in handy, because you think very clearly about a situation before just diving into it, before just being like, okay, I'm gonna be part of this. Why? He talked about Sean, the youngest one, I think. It is such, like, you just don't understand how it is hurting me, because I'm just like, there was no reason for this to happen. Zero reason whatsoever. Zero. There was zero reason for you to get yourself into this position. Sometimes I wonder, like, I know that, like, the situation there is like, oh, like he's mentioned, some of the guys there grew up without their fathers, we've seen all that trend talked about all the time. But it's like, are there no other adults in the society that mentor, that hold their kids accountable? Like, that sense of community, of like, oh, it actually takes a village. Like, if you think this because your mom or dad is not here, that the rest of us are gonna let you do whatever, that needs to be embraced a lot, especially in America. Especially in America, they take care of one another, like, teach each other how to, like, operate in society and grow up to be fully functional adult. I know it's easier said than done, and obviously dynamics are very unique, so I wouldn't actually be able to understand, but it's just, it's worth saying. Anyway, guys, if you like my reaction to this video, kindly comment and give me your thoughts on the entire situation, either way. But other than that, guys, till the next one.